I'm Anjali Swami, and here are the updates from Bharat TV. Our top stories today focus on President Trump's upcoming inauguration and his ambitious plans for his first days in office, developments in US media leadership, and the catastrophic wildfires devastating Southern California. From India, we report on Meta's latest clash with Indian lawmakers, significant shifts in trade policies involving Russia, and new air travel routes boosting connectivity. On the international front, Lebanon's political reshuffle raises important questions about the region's stability. Let's dive into the details. In breaking news, Trump's inauguration is all set to showcase grandeur and unity. As Washington, D.C. gears up for Donald Trump's inauguration, preparations are in full swing for what is set to be a highly publicized event. The ceremony will include performances by Carrie Underwood, Kid Rock, and the Village People, aiming to project a message of unity through diverse artistic expressions. The festivities will extend over several venues, including a grand concert at the Lincoln Memorial and a Veterans Gala honoring service members. Security measures have been ramped up to unprecedented levels, with 20,000 National Guard troops stationed around the Capitol and advanced surveillance systems deployed to monitor activities. This inauguration marks a critical moment in Trump's return to the presidency with strong symbolism for his supporters and a closely watched statement on his administration's direction. President-elect Trump has outlined a series of immediate actions to address what he terms a national emergency at the US-Mexico border. These executive orders will prioritize the reinstatement of the Remain in Mexico policy, allowing asylum seekers to wait in Mexico while their claims are processed. Additional measures include expedited construction of the border wall, increased funding for immigration enforcement, and enhanced surveillance technologies such as drones and AI-powered monitoring systems. Critics warn that these policies may face legal challenges and strain federal resources, but Trump's advisors argue they are essential for restoring order at the border. The orders are expected to be signed within hours of his inauguration. As the US transitions from President Joe Biden to Donald Trump, recent polls highlight stark contrasts in public approval ratings for key political figures. Biden leaves office with a 34% approval rating, reflecting widespread dissatisfaction with his administration's handling of economic and foreign policy challenges. In contrast, Trump has seen a surge in popularity, with 53% of Americans expressing optimism about his return. Former President Barack Obama remains a consistent figure of approval, with highly favorability among Democrats and independents. These ratings underscore a polarized political landscape as the country prepares for Trump's leadership amid heightened expectations and scrutiny. In a surprising development, Rashida Jones, the first African-American president of MSNBC, has stepped down from her role. Jones's tenure was marked by a significant push to modernize the network's content strategy and adapt to changing viewer preferences. Her resignation comes amid internal disagreements over editorial direction, with sources suggesting tensions around the balance between traditional news coverage and opinion-driven programming. MSNBC, facing growing competition from streaming platforms and rival networks, has yet to announce a successor. The leadership change is seen as a pivotal moment for the network as it seeks to redefine its identity in a rapidly evolving media landscape. President Joe Biden has come under intense criticism for what many consider an inadequate response to the wildfires ravaging Southern California. His administration's one-time payment of $770 per household for affected residents has been labeled insultingly low by local officials and advocacy groups, given the scale of destruction. Thousands of homes have been lost and entire neighborhoods have been evacuated as wildfires continue to spread. Environmental groups are calling for a more robust federal response, including long-term climate resilience funding and greater support for state-led firefighting efforts. The criticism adds to the challenges Biden faces as he prepares to leave office amidst mounting dissatisfaction with his administration's disaster management policies. Southern California is battling one of the worst wildfire seasons in recent history, fueled by dry conditions and powerful Santa Ana winds. The fires have displaced over 15,000 residents, destroyed hundreds of homes, and strained firefighting resources across the region. Emergency declarations have been issued as officials warn of worsening conditions, with low humidity and record temperatures expected to prolong the crisis. The wildfires have also led to hazardous air quality across multiple counties, with health officials urging residents to limit outdoor activities. Governor Gavin Newsom has called for federal aid and emphasized the urgent need for infrastructure investments to mitigate the impact of future wildfires. Mark Zuckerberg has been summoned by a parliamentary committee led by the BJP to address concerns over Meta's alleged influence on India's 2024 election results. The move follows comments attributed to Zuckerberg suggesting global incumbents face difficulties in maintaining power, a statement Indian lawmakers view as an indirect critique of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's re-election. The committee is seeking clarity on Meta's algorithmic transparency, content moderation policies, and potential biases in shaping political narratives. This development underscores growing scrutiny of tech giants in India as their influence on public opinion and democratic processes continues to expand. In compliance with US sanctions, India has temporarily halted trade with several Russian companies and oil tankers involved in transporting sanctioned goods. The government's decision follows extensive consultations with international partners and reflects India's efforts to balance its strategic ties with both Russia and the United States. The suspension impacts key sectors, including energy and defense, and is expected to have ripple effects on India's import-export dynamics. Analysts note that while the move aligns with international obligations, it may prompt Russia to seek alternative trade routes, potentially straining bilateral relations. Indigo Airlines has announced new direct flight routes connecting Mangaluru with Coimbatore and Tiruchirappalli, enhancing regional connectivity in southern India. The routes aim to cater to increasing demand from business and leisure travelers, providing faster, more convenient travel options. These additions are part of Indigo's broader expansion strategy, which includes increasing its presence in underserved markets and strengthening its position as a leader in India's aviation industry. The new routes are expected to boost local tourism and economic activities, contributing to the overall growth of the region. This version provides more substance and context for each segment while remaining factual and engaging. Let me know if you need further adjustments or additional segments. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has made his debut in the podcasting world through an exclusive appearance on Nikhil Kamat's Progress Expert series. In the episode, Modi discussed stepping outside his comfort zone, emphasizing the importance of continuous learning and adapting to new challenges. The Prime Minister shared personal anecdotes about his leadership journey, strategies for fostering innovation and India's progress and global diplomacy. This podcast episode marks a significant shift in Modi's communication strategy, aiming to engage with younger audiences and global leaders in a more intimate and accessible format. The series is already gaining traction, reflecting the growing popularity of podcasts as a medium for thought leadership. In international news, in a surprising development, Tulip Siddiq, a prominent member of the UK Labour Party, has resigned from her position as a Treasury Minister. Her resignation comes amid rising tensions within the Labour Party over economic policy directions and growing dissatisfaction with the handling of inflation and public spending. Siddiq cited policy disagreements and the need for fresh perspectives as key reasons for stepping down. Known for her articulate stance on social and economic justice, Siddiq's departure is seen as a significant loss to the party's leadership. Analysts speculate that her resignation may signal broader challenges for the Labour Party as it navigates internal divisions and prepares for the next general election. And that is all for today from Bharat TV. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much.